parked in front of the team. Lizzo bank rolls, shit bust at the seams.
Yeah, so I wanted to, dude, first of all, how was LA? I like to ask battle rappers that because usually I feel like every time we go somewhere, it's such like a clock in, clock out situation. Did you get to enjoy LA or not really?
I didn't really get to enjoy LA. I wish I kind of did. There's reasons why I didn't stick around. But okay, so I went in. So I didn't. You know how it is, man. I don't have to tell you, but
Yeah.
for the people that are watching that don't know how it is. So when you get in, you don't party, you don't do things. You stay in and you fucking practice and you go over your shit like
Yep.
you have to.
Yep.
My friends are partying, drinking. I fucking woke up in the morning one night, and as I woke up and I was like hearing my friends, I'm like, oh, they must have got up around the same time too. They're still outside in the hotel drinking, partying, and going around having fun.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I don't get to do it. And Chris Brown's party was the next night at Chris Brown's house. They're like, you going? I'm like, nah, I can't.
I know. It's fucked.
No.
Fucked.
So I didn't really get it. The funnest time, I guess, besides the battle, would have been Geechee's party afterwards. And even that, though, we didn't get to stay too long because our flight was in the morning. I wanted to stay, Mike, but it's like everything going on in the world right now. It's just like, I'm not American. Like, just say, God forbid, I did get sick out there and had to be in the hospital or something like that. I'm fucked.
You're
you
fucked.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucked, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just slide back home. And so it was what it was. It was business, just like most of us do. It was in and out business. I didn't really get to party that much and not like that, but I'm glad I made that decision because a lot of people, they'd be like, man, of course I'm going to Chris's house, or of course, and I kind of wish I did in a way, but you have to if you want to win, or if you don't want to get smoked, you have, unless you're one of those guys who are already prepared like a week before, which I should be, which you should be. And if I was, then I could have went to his house, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
So I stayed in and I fucking finished my rounds for the most part, and I listened to him fucking all night, and and then I guess I completed my mission, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's understandable, first of all, because we're not there for pleasure. You know what I mean? We're there for business. So when we get there, it's not like wow, I'm in Los Angeles. Oh my God, I need to try the tacos. Like, no, it's like you're there, you go into the hotel, you order food, you get a bunch of Gatorades so you could walk around and pace and not lose your voice. And then that's it. Yeah, it's usually Sunday morning I'm out of here. So there's never a really time for me either where I kind of soak up like the place that I'm in. And then we're also grown up. So like we have shit that we have to get to when we go home. But I guess it's different. It's different for you not being American, where it become a situation with so much going on. It's insane. And honestly, man, dude, it was very good to see you. And not even back, because I feel like there are so many people, and I want to pick your brain on that, because there are so many people that felt like they needed to see something after the Shine battle. I personally didn't feel like I needed to, because I know who you are, I know your resume, and I know what you're capable of and what you do. Did you feel a certain type of pressure to somehow prove something to like an irrational opinion? Because I don't look at that as that doesn't count to me. It's like I don't need to see that. But did you feel the need to do what you usually do?
Yeah, I did. I'd be lying if I said I did. I did. It wasn't like the biggest thing, but I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, I owe it to them. That wasn't me. The last thing I want is another repeat of that. And then you know how battle rap is. They're like, oh, well, he must be completely done now. Where that last one was just a really fucking weird situation. So
yeah,
it was on my mind. I definitely wanted to remind people that what I can do, and I'm not like I haven't just like lost my touch. So
yeah, no, you definitely did, man. That was an incredible battle. And in the first round, what you were talking about, and it's something that I relate to you a lot, man. You are one of the more transparent dudes in battle rap. I feel like with the the stature that we have and the fans that we have, I think it's very easy to hide behind our names and we could pretend to be these famous guys that don't talk that much and don't really let you in on a lot, but you let people in on a lot about your life, and you use it at, you know, almost as the story in your rounds. And it was incredible to see you do that, and then not only to tie it into the round, you know, to kick it off, and then just to you know, come out swinging the way you were. Man, it was a wild battle, bro. How was it standing in front of Real Sikh? Was it everything you thought it would be? Because I know you're a fan of him, man. You're a big fan of Sikh, right?
Yeah. No, he did great, man. He's fucking he did exactly what I thought he would do, man. And I mean that in a nice way. Yeah, he's like almost perfect, like delivery wise and stuff. He doesn't really have like he just goes, like the fluidity, he's on point, like his projection, everything is great. He raps extremely well. His punches are great. His performance is getting better and better. He has a lot of confidence. He's on that run, and I don't like to say this because it seems like I'm taking away from him, but I really don't mean this. He's on that run that a lot of us get on, and where you're invincible, and you could like. So you're the hero right now. You could walk through anyone, you know what I mean? And so anything you say, they're going to go for it. And I don't mean like it could be whack. I just mean like you're the guy right now, right? Yeah. So he had that invincible star. And you could feel it. You could feel it like when he's rapping in the crowd and their response and stuff like that. And again, that sounds like but I'm not. So I was excited for that. It was like, yeah, okay, well, I'm going against someone who is, you know, one of the top guys right now, and that'll be pressure for. That's a lot. It's pressure for me. That'll make me, because I wasn't gonna lose. I wasn't going in there and losing. There's no fucking way. I swear to God, I wasn't. There was not. I wasn't going to lose. I still didn't have a second round finisher, a third round finisher. I got to stop that, because I go in there being
Dude,
like,
you're giving me anxiety just thinking about the fact that you didn't have a second or third round finish, bro.
I didn't. Well,
that's so nerve-wracking.
I had all this other shit, like I had all these, and it was like some Drake bar or whatever, another quotable, and it went on for like another 8 to 12 bars, and I kind of messed that up. But I'm able to do that, and that's why I do that. Like when I had the Halahan Taliban, better watch his damn Macho Man act where he gets body slam. I had some Dottie Dan, fucking Aubrey Graham Dottie, but I messed it up. So I just went into Dottie Dan, and I was like, oh, when he called me an alcoholic, that's not easy pill to swallow. If you run me the wrong way, I hate to see me with a bottle. Like I'm able to do that shit. I'm able to do that. So I can leave spaces like that and just be like, fine, but I'm not going to do it again. The most I'm going to do again is I'll have my shit finished. And this is game for any battle rappers that, you know, that are maybe coming up or whatever, because I'm sure everyone else can do this. But
I'm taking notes.
No, you fucking definitely. but I mean, whatever. But what I'm going to make sure I'll have my verses done.
Yeah.
And I'll leave a couple lines out of the shit that are like, okay, these aren't my greatest ones. So if I do think of something on the spot, then I can just fill those in rather than leaving a whole space at the end and just thinking I can just end it. An ender is not easy to think of.
Dude, it's the worst, man. It's the worst. Ender or the starter? What's harder?
I think the ender.
The ender?
Well, actually, it depends. Nowadays, it doesn't really matter. I said this to Sikh on the phone before we battled. He was, I was like, yo, I guess I'm kind of being a hypocrite, because I was like, yo, having an ender is so important, because nowadays no one has an ender, because rounds are so long that there's not really a structure to it. It's not like a intro, like plot, like you know, conclusion or anything. It's just like bars, and it's just like Jersey or whatever your thing is.
Yeah.
You can end on like, you won't suck my dick. Fine.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. It's not when the rounds were shorter. There used to be a build up, get intense, started to get out, and then there's a closer. Now, like, I understand if your rounds are fucking 20 minutes, you can't really, whatever. But still, I like to build like a body of work. So I need to work. Shit. I need to be polished. You know what I mean, and work on that.
Yeah, I'm a beginning, middle, end person as well, and it's crazy because you'll get criticized for it. It'll be like, oh yeah, you know, Mike's slow to the punch. Like, no, I'm taking you through something. It's like taking you through a story. It's easy, you know, it's easy to put like generic punches and stuff together, but yeah, that body of work, that beginning, middle, end, it brings you, I don't know, it brings the viewer and the listener like through something to where it's not, I don't know, it's not like just a talent show and you're just waiting to, you know, hear what the most fire bar is or the most fire play on the word.
You're not reading a list.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're an artist.
Yeah.
You're writing a song. You're writing a story.
Yep.
You're not reading a list because anyone can just, oh, you got 16 punchlines there. Okay, let's just put them together. Be like something like a this, something like a that,
Yep.
like a this.
Yeah.
Like,
That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing. It's like, think insert movie, because same exact thing that happened in the fucking movie, but I'm just making a double out of it. Like, literally no fucking like work behind it at all. Dude, which is something that I don't know, man. I feel like I've been doing that lately. And what you said before, as far as a lot of people are very random in their setups. I'm almost looking not for randomness, but definitely a longer story. I feel like I go too close to the time limit. I'm too short almost in my rounds, as far as like, even though it is a storyline to it, I feel like I leave my rounds way too open to just lose to straight time in general. I definitely want to lengthen my rounds. For sure.
Oh, you know what's fucking crazy too, man? Like 2 days before the battle, or maybe 3, I hit up Sikh. I was like, "Hey, man, I don't want to disrespect you and like take your kindness, like take advantage of you, whatever, and like go super long in a round. So can you like how long are your rounds? Because we had like it was 2 minute and 30 seconds rounds, right? Because I don't want to like go like a super amount of long time." He's like, "Well, like 3:30, whatever. My longest one is like 3:40." I was like, "What?" And we talked about, I was like, "There's 2:30 rounds." He goes, "Oh fuck, I didn't even know that. I just figured."
Get out of here. He didn't know?
Well, no, he goes, "Usually they're just 3 minutes, so I just wrote for 3-minute rounds." I was like, "All right, well, I wasn't tripping. I wasn't mad or anything like that." And he obviously he would never like intentionally do anything, and I don't think it was illegal either. I just think he just figured it was just like most battles or whatever. So I was like, "Oh shit, well, it's all right because I can check out, I can put stuff there. It was fine. You know what I mean? It was fun." But thank God he told me that, because I was getting worried. I was like, "Oh, let me trim all my stuff down to 2 minutes and 30, because then I definitely would have lost."
Yeah. Yeah. And I do that's the craziest part. And I feel like time limits are such taboo in battle rap, man. I think it's insane as far as that goes. You get a contract with a certain time, and I haven't seen anybody call time on any battle in like fucking 10 years. It's actually pretty, it's pretty insane. And that's one of my biggest problems that I've been like realizing lately, is that I pay too much attention to what time I sit there with a fucking stopwatch, bro. When I start a round, I'll literally hit a stopwatch, and then by the time I'm done with the round, I'll see where I'm at. I'm like, okay, I'm at 2 minutes and 17 seconds. So that means, all right, I can maybe add another 4 or 8 bars. Like, I'm too specific with it. I definitely need
Let me ask you something. So let's just say you have 3-minute rounds, or like 2 minute. How long are the rounds? I usually do 3 minutes.
Lately I've been getting a lot of 2:30s in the contracts.
How many bars? Do you count bars, or is it just strict? Or do you go by that?
I count as far as like when I like a gauge of where I know I am, like, so I know where I'm at in the round.
Usually, let's just say you wrote a 2 minute and 30 second verse. How many bars is that usually for you?
How many bar? Damn, I would say maybe, what is that, like maybe 32 or 40 lines.
Yeah, more. I figure it'd be more 30, because usually a 16, like in the studio, 16 is like 45 minutes.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, I was just thinking.
So like 2 of that would be, you'd be good with like, usually between 42 and 50 bars. I feel like is a good for fucking. Yeah. But see, with me and Sikh, we rap so different, because he's boom, like he's rapping fast, whereas I'm a little more slow, so it's hard to really gauge that. But yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to watch any battles from that night? I never watched. I always think like, all right, great, I get to relax and watch these battles now, and I never get to it, man.
Dude, it's my first time ever. I was the first battle of the night, and I've never ever been the first battle of the night, and it was amazing because I got to watch the rest of them. Like literally right after, I walked by, said what's up to Drake. He's like, "Man, come kick it." So me and Drake are just kicking, watching the battles for the rest of the night, man. Just drinking.
Yeah, he told me about that. Yeah, he texted me just before. Yeah. We talked extensively about it. Yeah. Just normal conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like normal Drake conversation.
Yeah,
that's dope,
and
man.
So funny. Afterwards, I was like on the way home, I was saying to my buddy, I was like, I didn't get a picture or video or anything. I was like, I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I didn't even think about it. I wasn't like, "Now this would be cool, like get a picture or a video," but like something, because he's obviously a fan, and vice versa, and we're hanging, just drinking and fucking chilling. But I think that in his position, he probably appreciates that.
100%. Yeah, I'm sure he's very used to people trying to make something out of just being in his presence. And I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm sure he likes that.
And
I'd imagine he does.
next time he'll be more comfortable and be like, oh yeah, Pat's not gonna like put me in his whatever. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He would have probably said something really nice and really kind, and if anything, like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways. But yeah, no, I got to watch the rest of the battles. It was great. I was excited because I have a couple friends that I brought with me that don't really actually I don't have any friends that watch battle rap except for none actually. But so my friends that I brought, they know the battle rappers, but they never really seen them live or anything like that. And I was like, you wait till you see Twork. And he's like, I don't know, man. Blah, blah. I was like, you
it's
actually have no idea. You have no idea. And then he's like, whatever, man. Blah, blah, blah. I brought him like to the bottom of the stage. So like, oh man, it was like right in the corner. And and you know how crazy he is. I was like,
insane.
do you understand how fucking terrifying it is to try to battle this guy? Like, and he was blown away. He's like, I've never seen anything like it in my life, man. It's amazing.
No, you never have. And it's interesting that he said that because I feel like as a battle rap fan, I could say that either. I've never seen anything like it. It's truly, I feel like a lot of people that talk about Twork, they'll say like gas and things like that. You truly don't understand what it's like to physically be in the same room while Twork is rapping. It really is different. It's just so different than, and that's the second time you've seen him live, right? Because you both were in London, correct?
Yeah.
So that was the second time, dude. Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about electricity? It's insane. You feel like you're in a fucking movie, bro. You feel like you're in a movie when you watch him.
Right when he came out and started talking, my buddy's to my right. He just said something. He just like I just did his thing. And I look over at my buddy's like,
open up. Yeah.
And he goes, oh my God. And he, like, literally, he's like, what the fuck? And he's just like, Then he does that thing where he smacks the ground and Quake's like, what? My boy Quake's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and then it's unreal. He's just like, he's a phenomenon, man. He's just a special dude, man. You know, it's always a pleasure to be around him too. He's just such a cool guy, man. Is my chair squeaking too much? We ruined it that night.
Is your chair squeaking? You said?
Yeah.
No, I don't hear it. I don't hear it squeaking. No, that's actually that's crazy that Quake Matthews, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy. He's not a fan of battle rap. That's interesting.
Well, he's not like he doesn't watch it anymore, really. Like he knows everybody and stuff like that, but he doesn't watch any new battles or anything like that, and mostly probably because it's like on app or Caffeine and stuff like that. But like if I send him a link, he'll watch it. But he doesn't. He's kind of old school with it as far as liking battles. Like even like before the battle, he's like, this real sick guy sucks. I'm like, he doesn't suck, man. He doesn't suck. He's like, man, he's trash. I'm like, he's not trash. He's really, really good. But I think he's being a friend, right? He's being like, man, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's battling you, and because I keep on telling him how good he is, and he's just like, okay, so he's listening like that. I sent him and Arsenal. And he's like, I think Arsenal washed him. I'm like, okay, well then you clearly don't. Like, So you clearly like. I told him like you're watching this, and I respect it. I love him for it, but he's clearly watching it like this, like, okay, show me what you got. Like,
he already. Yeah, exactly. He already has it in his head.
And then he's seen him perform live. He's like, oh shit, man, this guy's really good. And he also said what a cool guy he is. Did you just put on lip chap? Because I think it moved.
Lip chap, first of all, is hilarious. Chapstick. Yeah, I put on.
Oh, you don't call it lip chap?
Yeah, no, I don't call it lip chat.
Why is lip chap a thing in where?
I don't think so. I think that's a Canada thing. Lip chap.
Okay.
It's like pop. It's like soda pop.
But yeah, no. Afterwards, he's like, man. Not only is he amazing, but just such a cool guy. Real Sikh is like
very dope person.
Very dope person. Just a really, really great person, man. Really great guy. He's really funny too, which is awesome. Like I feel like the whole time we were hanging, we were just laughing, and it was such a great time. And I hope to see him again soon. And whenever I hang with you guys in person, it feels like I'm with my brothers that I don't hang with because we're just so alike. We go through all the same shit. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a weird it's a weird connection that you have with every artist to where it's like you don't even need to speak to him to have some type of like relationship because like we're all in it for the same reason. We all know like what we're doing. And Sikh, yeah, I think Sikh is an extremely talented individual, but I think his personality and who he is and how he carries himself on and off the stage takes him far as well. I think that's another reason why a lot of people love him and they back him and support him a lot, because he is a humble dude. He don't pop shit. He doesn't talk reckless. He doesn't say stupid things. Like, he just, you know what I'm saying? He's to himself, respectful no matter how good his performance is, because he did some pretty historic shit versus Danny and stuff, you know, to where he could definitely poke his chest out any more than it already is. But yeah, his humbleness certainly takes him places.
They both choked in that battle though.
Who?
Both of them, him and Danny.
Did he? Did Sikh did?
By not saying anything about it.
Oh yes. That's actually dude, that was actually a very interesting angle, because that was like I don't know, man. That was like a very like, you're not versatile angle. I really enjoyed that angle.
You know why? You know,
really enjoyed that.
Because that was actually going to be a piece of mine thing. Like, shouts to Sikh. Obviously, he bodied him, but I was like, that was going to be a part of my thing. Like, in my, like, you were flawless, but in my eyes, you actually both choked. Like, in my eyes, from from a seasoned vet, like the fact that there was nothing, 2 chokes and then a completely quit. And I talked to him on the phone afterwards like that, and he's such a humble guy. Was there anything that you would have changed? And I was like, I would have said something about it. You know what I mean? Like, But yeah, no, I appreciate that. No, and I knew that taking that angle, even though, you know, I was using Hitman's scheme.
That was so fucking good.
Thanks.
I'm starting to remember that whole. Yeah, I'm starting to remember how you crafted. Sorry, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and I there was a few reasons why I did that. Now, I knew there was a risk, and I knew I wasn't going to land as much that round because of it. But I don't really count landing as I know it's crowd reactions, but that was 16 bars, that whole scheme. And there was a lot of it that wasn't hitting at all, but it was a really thing I had to get across. Plus, I come from a certain era. I wanted to bring that back to life as such a classic Hitman moment. You know what I mean? This is a new era versus whatever you want to call us, golden era, and fucking, I wanted to bring that back. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, and you definitely did that. That was the craziest part about it, like the nostalgia of like, oh shit, he's doing the Hitman thing, and then just the fact that it was like paying homage, and then also just using it as a crazy attack on him as like just being like a seasoned, you know, like, yeah, you did good, but to the real, you know, to the gods, like you could have did better. And that's the dope part about it. It's like, you do so good and you still get the pat on the back, like, yeah, you did good, kid. I probably would have done a few things better, but yeah, no, that's fire, man. And I can't wait to see him again. And I'm interested to see what you want. Are you thinking of, is it like MMA fighters after a fight, they ask you, what do you want next? And they're like, I'm not even fucking thinking about it. I just want to get home to the family, want to relax. Are you thinking about battling again, or is it kind of just back to?
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said after the battle. I said, I want to take a break but I'm ready. I'm ready again. Yeah. I'm ready. I mean, not in a month. Like, of course, 3 to 4 months, I want to come back. But, you know, as you know, man, it takes a lot out of you, man. You got to, like, you know, I'm spending time away from my family, not even away, just being like, yo, I need my space. I need to lock in. It takes a lot of mental, it's from your mental, physical, all that type of shit. So when you're done, the last thing you want to do is battle. Like, I don't know who finishes a battle with all that pressure and is just like, whoo, can't wait to do that again. It's like, no, you want to drink and go home and fucking or whatever you want to do, and just relax for a minute. Yeah. But I'm ready, and I want to, like, not so soon, right? And but yeah, 3, 4 months, 5 months, anything, you know, 3 plus, 3 or 4 plus. I'm ready.
That's.
I don't know who, but I'm glad that it was versus a new era guy. I had no intentions on that because I thought it was T-Top, because he called me out and then the shit started going around the media, whatever, his call out video or whatever it was. And Beasley called me. He's like, yo, so you down? I'm like, yeah, let's lock in. And cool. And he called me back. He's like, all right, well, it's going to be this. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm ready. He goes, you don't even know who you're battling yet. I'm like, T-Top, right? He goes, no, real Sikh. I was like, oh. And I actually said no at first. I was like, man, like, I like him and shit. Like, man, just and I like T-Top too, but you know, he just, you know, whatever, he called me out. So I was like, man, see if you can get real Sikh. But then I called him back. I said, you know what? If Drake wants this, it's his birthday, then and that's what he said. then let's just do it. And it ended up being way better. And the whole new era thing was really important to me because as I watched, I became to get a little chip. I had a little chip on my shoulder, but not in a disrespectful way. But
yeah.
So here's my thing, man. And I said it in the interview, so I'm kind of like using my own whatever. But as I watched, I started to become a little bothered by this whole thing. Like fuck the vets, no respect for the vets, none. Like fuck them. And because you don't hear LeBron saying it about Jordan, you don't hear Tyson saying it about fucking Muhammad Ali. You don't hear it. It doesn't happen. Even if no matter how annoying the questions would become to those people, be like, hey, do you think you could have beat them in their time or this and that and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They'll still be like, man, listen, it's respect and whatever. Now, I know competitive nature, right? So it's good to be like, man, fuck them, I'll kill them or whatever. But I never liked the whole, and I'm not talking about Sikh individually, I'm just saying in general. I didn't like the whole narrative, like, no respect for them guys. I'm just like, what? In what world is it? What?
Stupid.
No.
Zero. For no reason.
It didn't make sense. So I was like, well, I'm gonna make sure that I win or at least, come close. But I wanted to win and just be like, yo, man, we're not washed up.
Yeah, not even close.
We're not washed up. Some people come there and slack, but it is what it is, man. And so I went into it like that. Like I'm not getting beaten this time.
I don't think you did. I think you defended your turf successfully. And yeah, I mean, I think it becomes, there's a lot of people that can't think for themselves and they follow, and where one person will say fuck the vets, a lot of people will follow in the path because they want to be part of a movement. A lot of people, guys want to attach themselves to something. You know what I mean? You want to be a part of something that's popping or popular. But yeah, I mean, at heart, like, yeah, you have to respect the people. I can never say fuck the vets completely because I probably wouldn't be rapping if it wasn't for them, right? You know what I'm saying? For the people that laid the groundwork and the pioneers that came before us, like there's literally, there'd be no path for me. There'd be no thought of me even doing it if it wasn't for some of the guys. I think, yeah, competitively, guys of this era will look at people from the past era and go, all right, they can't fuck with us, or maybe we're too versatile, or we do things that are different. But there's also specific as well, because you're not one of those guys. You're not someone that's one-dimensional that never adapted with the changing times, right? There's a lot of people that came at around the same time of you that never just adapted. And then you got people like Surf that are from that older era that has completely adapted every fucking step of the way, and right now is, completely lighting shit up and has taken people white hot, Geechee Gotti, and arguably beat him. Rum Nitty at when he was white hot, that'd be considered a new era, took him out, arguably. So I think it's a specific thing, but yeah, the respect, like the lack of, like, what the fuck does that even mean? First of all, what does that mean? Does that mean like fuck you as a human being as well? Like, but no respect for him or his family.
But even some of the things that are saying, like, these guys ain't even whatever. We're in the trenches. I'm like, you mean like this new thing where like you walk up the stage, sign 1 million papers, get your fucking face powdered by fucking get like 16 wires and do like the most Hollywood set you've ever fucking been on?
We're in the trenches. You just got free Chipotle. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god, it's like the
trenches.
It's like this is the most. It's so professional that I couldn't stand it. I was just like, I like it, but it's like, I was like,
dude, where's the dirt?
Can I even swear? It's just like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. But no, it was great. I love where battle rap's headed. It's amazing. I love that it has evolved like this. I don't want it to be like in a garage while we're dodging bullets. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to write like on sandpaper. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. But so yeah, I kind of went into it like that, and I know that Real Sikh has respect for the vets, and that he does. He really, really, really does. I just kind of meant in general, and I do understand this. This is what I'll say. I do understand some of these new era guys where they're like, we work so much harder than these guys, and these guys come up here, get paid all this money, and then they just fuck off. And and I do understand that. And for years, so this is what I'll say. I understand the guys who've been doing it for years in URL, 5, 6, 7 plus, whatever. and still not getting a look compared to these guys that do it once every 3 years who just go up there and fucking shit themselves.
Yeah.
I get the frustration. I get it.
For sure.
But that's why I guess I had a little chip for my Real Sikh, because he's just kind of new to URL, and to kind of be like, yo, no respect for the legends. I'm like, man, you're kind of like new here. So it's just I didn't see the hate, the frustration or whatever, but it's just a movement thing, and everyone's involved in it. It's just kind of like get rid of the old guys and get the new guys, and that's cool. I'm excited I like all the new guys, man, and I don't I'm proud of every one of them. Like I guess I don't consider you a new guy. I know you do. You're not new.
I would say no. I'm like 6 years in the URL at this point.
Yeah. Like So I've seen you like for years now. So I guess you're not a new. Like,
no, it's like somewhere in the, I don't know, man. It's like, and that's the same thing that I did to Sikh as well, because I had an angle on Sikh that you're not even a new era. You're just new. You know what I'm saying? Like an era is actually like a long period of time. So like I actually considered myself the new era because I'd actually put in years. You know, like an era stretches longer than, from March to December. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my whole thing. But I guess, and that's another thing about the movement. It is so random. It is so all over the place. It does have people that are like considered a vet at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the vets. Like I would consider myself a vet at this point. 6 years URL, I think 9 years total in like on-camera battle rap. And then it's like, like Av came out the same time as me and he says, fuck the vets. And I'm like, dude, you are a vet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're not a vet, you're a podiatrist. Dude.
You can't be like, you can't be in battle rap for like 10 years, be like 40 years old, be like, man,
fuck
new era, fuck these old guys. Like,
fuck these. They're fucking washed up. Your knee hurts. Go sit down.
You're talking to Sue Surf, who's like 25.
It's like 20 to 5. Shitting on DNA. DNA's 13 years old.
Yeah.
going on fucking 12. It's fucking hilarious, bro. Yeah, that's another. Yeah.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking about Real Sikh this whole time. I have the ultimate respect for Real Sikh. He was such a like a great class for me, man. I definitely didn't close to body him or anything like that, man. I totally understand if someone says the other way. It was amazing, and I think that if he is new era or whatever the whole thing is, then he fucking made them proud. You know what I mean? And
100%. Whatever he represents, he reps it correctly. There really isn't, him and like Easy and a couple people, what they've accomplished in the short amount of time that they've been on the URL is fucking wild, man. You can only tip your hat to it. It's insane.
You know what? And I told you this before. I don't watch battle rap as much as I should, but as I started to, the battle's coming up, I got to watch a lot more. And man, these guys are impressing me, man. Like Easy, man, that chess battle was just insane.
Dude, that's one of the best battles, man. That's one of the best battles I've ever seen, dude.
So good, man. He's so fucking good. Yeah. So you know what? I think that my analogy, I don't want to like whatever, but it was kind of correct. Like, it seems like, because the new era dudes, they all have each other's back, which is good, which is a great thing. They're all behind each other, cheering for each other, whatever. And the vets really don't. But it seems like is it really it's like they're mad at people who, like a Surf or something like that, who he just has it. You know what I mean? And like sometimes he might just not have to try harder than some of these guys who have to just write their ass off, and Surf can just come out there and whatever. And like, you can't be mad at someone like that. Like,
tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, you only get mad, whatever I said. You only get mad because of their star power. Where's our power? Whatever, right?
Where's our power? Yeah.
Where some people just have it, and it is what it is. And like, maybe they that doesn't give them an excuse to not try. But for years, I guess it would be tough. Like, I don't consider myself to have that what Surf has, or like Loaded Lux, or there's a few of them that just have that.
Yeah.
And you can tell when we meet them, you see them on stage or whatever. And it's a blessing, man. And so I guess I could look at it and it would be frustrating to see, you know, to work so hard and then some guy come up and not even have a second round or third round, but still get paid like a ridiculous amount of money, and everyone's there for him. Like your girlfriend's throwing her underwear at him. It's just like,
exactly. They're giving him the back end in front of you, just 20,000. Just fucking here you go. Thank you for that horrible performance. But I get that. I think I get the financial aspect of it, and I also, dude, I think where a lot of that comes from is just a lot of them being new to what the game really is about. I think when I first was in the URL, I used to hate on Charlie Clips so fucking much, because I used to find every reason to look at him and go, God, he's so basic. God, he does this. God, he's not even that good. He's not even this. And now, being 32, 6+ years into the URL, like I see it. I see what I almost didn't want to see, because at that time I was looking at somebody that I wanted their spot. I was looking at someone that I wanted to switch roles with, and with that comes anger and jealousy, and then maybe like a fuck the vets and fuck this and fuck that, because you're like, I'm so new to this league. I want to be here. I want to be there. Wait, who's at the top? Wait, who's doing better than me? Wait, this fucking guy's not doing better than me. And there's like, oh, he's only doing that because his name is this and his name is that. Yeah, I think it comes from just like, I don't know, just crazy hunger, but
there's a reason. There's a reason why he battled at Chris Brown's house. There's a reason why he's on Wild 'N Out. There's a reason why he had all these things, because someone's like, something's there. Something's there. Yeah, you know what I mean? And,
out of his control or not, it's just there. It's there. And a lot of people, it's hard for people to wrap their heads around that. But I feel like a lot of people pretend anyway. So when one person's like, man, I feel like this person should be in a higher position than he is, really, they know what the fuck the deal is. They know what an it factor is. They know there's way more than just the ability to rhyme words. Battle rap is no exception to the entertainment industry. And if you're not fucking entertaining, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how well you could put words together. It's just the way it is.
I love what Rum Nitty said in our press conference. He said something along the lines of, he goes, I had to better myself or whatever, improve. He goes, before I was a really good rapper, but I wasn't a good battler. And I was like, and I listened to him elaborate on it. He goes, I could rap really well, but I didn't know how to entertain. I didn't know how to perform. I didn't know how to battle my opponent. Now I do. And boy, is he fucking good.
Oh yeah, he's ridiculous, dude. Somebody pointed it out on Twitter, and I think his name is Appa, and I think I believe it. Nitty has desensitized us to incredible punchlines, because some of the shit that he was saying versus Rex was so insane and wasn't getting any fucking reactions. And it's almost like, dude, it's like you've seen him be that good so many times. It's hard to keep getting wowed by how fucking ridiculous he is. Because he really, if there's anybody that I look at and I go, how the fuck, man? How do you how is your brain wired like that to where you could put that that together or see that, dude, the stretch out and die, did you see, like Whitney Houston, he had a bar like something versus Rex. He said something like semi shooting, he gonna stretch out and die like Whitney Houston, and Whitney Houston like died in the bathtub, like she was stretched out, and he was like, oh, y'all probably thought I meant like in the bathtub like Whitney Houston, but what I really meant was stretch out and die, like Whitney Houston and die. You say you gonna stretch out and die.
Oh my God,
dude! The third time I heard it, I finally got it, and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? Where are you in life to get to that point?" I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
Yo, his brain, man. I don't know if he rhymed neck snapping, but it was like neck snap, like
oh my
God,
yeah, dude, like Rex laughing, dude. He's insane.
I hope he rhymed neck snapping with that, but either way, like
I think he did.
Like Rex laughing. Oh,
dude,
man, he's so good, man. What do you say? I'm at the I bring a mastodon's house, jumping out the Black Ranger. I'm like, you, man.
Fucking stupid. Bro, I'm just like, fuck you, man. Dude, what pisses me off.
That's one thing I can admit. I have been openly jealous, and I've voiced it before. Some of these, like, I guess I would call them newer guys, newer or whatever. These guys, how they're punching, man, I don't think like that. And that's when I think earlier on I would like hate on it and be like, punchers and whatever. But that was just would be my jealous side and my envious side. And then I had to come to terms and be like, I can't do that. And that's why I'm jealous of it. You know what I mean?
Honestly, man, I didn't think not that you couldn't do it, but it wasn't in your wheelhouse. You pulled out crazy punches versus Shotgun Suge. When the punches that you were having versus Suge was very eye-opening because it was something that we never really saw from you. You're such a breakdown, battler. You're so tactical. You never really step out and just swing for the fences. You had some crazy fucking punchlines versus Suge. Some crazy ass.
You know what I should do every time? Because when I do get rid of a lot of punchlines, and I shouldn't fucking do it. I should just kind of keep them whatever spit because I'm like, okay, listen, Pat. Because sometimes people like you for what they like you for. So I have at times spit like a bunch of punches in a row, and people are just like not feeling it, and then I'm just like, hey, little Nick. They're like, ah.
Exactly. Yeah.
They love you for you. So I'm like, all right, Pat. Either I'm going to use these like 8 bars of like heavy punches right now, or I'm going to say something. I'm going to break him down, and that's what they like me for, or like a really humorous approach. So I'll like put a bunch aside and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely have to, I've had to, step up my game in that kind of way, or, and add more in because if I'm going against someone who punches their fucking head off, my head off, then I'm going to have some as well. You know what I mean? Now I'm not going to ever try to match them. Like I wasn't going to try to,
with Sikh,
Sikh, and I wasn't going to try to have a punch off with Danny or anything like that. And it's not that I can't. It's just that I have so many different other things in my arsenal that it would be stupid for me to do it.
Yeah, you also don't, and even if you can, the second that you're not up to par with what he's doing is when you start highlighting how good he is at it. The second you try to do someone's bread and butter, if you're not fucking keeping up with it, it's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, adding punches to your arsenal has it's just crazy. And Nitty is I don't really have much words for Nitty, bro. Like Nitty is one of the only person that I'm jealous of as a rapper. That says things where I'm like, he'll say 30 things in a round that I hope to get one of to end a fucking round. Like that's one punchline where I'm like, usually a punch from Nitty is a punch from Nitty is usually something where I'm like, I'm gonna fucking end the round on that fucking bar. And Nitty has 50 of them a fucking round.
He said a line in the Hollow battle, I think, that I could tell was a throwaway, and he just didn't care to use it. It was like the end of whatever, and it was like between a line. It was just like a filler. It's like something like picking your heart, like a locket or some type of shit or whatever, or just whatever, or something like that. And I was just like, and he just like didn't like it, and just kept going. I was like, I like that.
I could have fucking used that. Yeah.
Yeah. He said it in a cooler way, but like something like picked through your heart or picked through your something, like a little or something cool. And it was just nothing to him. But I was just like, I kind of thought that was cool. You know what I mean? It wouldn't, not like it wouldn't be my third round ender. But for him, exactly what you said. His worst punch to me, I'd be like, ooh,
this is where I take the round. Yeah. I take the round. I thought of it. Yay. Yeah, I wish I was more of a puncher, but I guess that's the tough part about being a battler, because it's kind of just you're stuck between doing what you want to do and then what you think will be received properly. Do you prepare with the thought of, these guys aren't going to catch this or anything like that, or you just let your mind run?
Yeah, I do that, and it sucks because, like, for this battle specifically, I got rid of a bunch of shit. I got rid of a bunch of shit that I wish I did. Remember in the first round where I was like, saying he copies me and stuff like that? Mike P, the white me. But I had a bunch of different other examples. I had like, Exhibit A. Instead of Danny, the list he makes on his Twitter page, shit is great. He always puts himself amongst the biggest names. He'd be like, favorite rappers: Nas, Rakim and Kane, Danny Myers, M&J. Favorite wrestlers: Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Danny Myers, Triple H. And I was like, now who the fuck does that sound like he's trying to imitate? Like, I was going to keep going, but I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't think they're going to care about that. And then afterwards, I was like, nah, that would have been a staple to my point of like, look at me go. You know
Chat's
what I mean?
already like, yo, you should have fucking done that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I had like, oh my God, there was so much I forgot. Like after my whole thing, there was tons I forgot to say, especially my third when I was talking about like the vets and like what we have. I'm like I don't know, bro. Whatever we have is clearly appealing. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. The theory is brilliant. Fucking be yourself. That aggression ain't real. I can feel it. Get smacked by the hand of God. Give real sick some spiritual healing. The fucking inferior feeling. Like I went on for a little while, like, and I just got rid of some shit like on the spot. Like before I got there, I'm like, they're not going to be feeling this. They're not going to be feeling this. I just scrapped it on the spot. Yeah, and that was not even like so. Like I had a bunch of little throwaways. I had some other shit, but I'm not going to spit it now. But whatever. Like
yeah.
But yeah, my point is, yeah, like I overthink it. I'm like, they're not gonna like that. Let me get rid of it right now. And afterwards, I was like, that was a stupid mistake. I should have just said it because I had the time. When you go in there, you're like, oh no, the time's gonna be pressed, and I'm like, and I'm in there freestyling about him like saying I was thick.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, that little moment, I could have threw that fire setup I had. Thought they were gonna time me on that setup. Yeah, no,
you know what's so funny?
Yeah,
you know so funny. Some guy came up to me afterwards. He was a comedian, and maybe he must have been successful because he's hanging around by Drake and stuff like that. But he's just like, listen, man, I just want to let you know, like, I don't laugh at comedians, but I fucking laugh at you, man. I study your work. I watch you. He goes like that shit when you're talking about, and he moons you like thick. I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed. Like I was. Oh my God! Even my friends were like, why were you doing that? I was like, I was just having fun. Yeah. But he's just like. But and I said that to him, I was like, you like that? He's like, it's not what you're saying. It's your timing and how you're able to like say whatever the fuck you want, how you want, and still engage a crowd and stuff like that. And comedians, you can't really teach that. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, I know that you're selfless like me and you don't like to give yourself that much credit or you're too real about yourself, but that's your it factor as well. I know you're saying you might not have what Lux had. You don't. You have your own it factor for sure. There's something very special about you. Very special about you. You command the stage. You don't even have to speak. And people are ready. So yeah, that part about you where you could just naturally do that and you think you're being funny and you are, you know what I'm saying? But it works, man. It works. It's truly incredible to see what you do, man. It's absolutely insane. Oh, my girl's in the chat. She said, just stopped in to say the reason you won is because our daughter was wearing your merch. So good luck,
she was
charm.
wearing it at the time.
Yep, she was wearing it the day that you battled. Yeah, I knew you were battling, so I was like, all right, let me put it on her.
Oh man, that's beautiful. Man. Thank you, man. That's awesome. No, I seen it, and because it's been here, it's been here, and there was only one left, and I would always see pictures of your baby, and I was like, oh yeah, man, let me fucking send that out before, because I know how fast they grow. I was like, that's why I sent it like express. I was like, I could send it fucking regular shipping, and it'd be too big for her.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, and she's actually long. She's a very long kid, so she's already like busting out the 6 to 9 months and shit like that. And I actually the day that I got it, I put it on her that day, but I didn't take a picture. She immediately threw up. But,
I've seen it. I saved that to my phone. Actually, I watched it. That was cute, man. And yeah, that's of course that's how it works. Right?
Yes, and your note was absolutely incredible. By the way, it was absolutely incredible. I'm fucking framing it.
I was going over and I was like, I couldn't even think. I was just writing. I still don't know what I said, but I remember being like, all right, you're not making sense, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just
just the real you had a realization in the middle of the note that you were writing like a fucking third grader. You're like, just wanted to say that I just looked at my handwriting and it's fucking horrible.
I didn't want you to look down on me as a man and as a writer.
Yeah. My handwriting's horrible. I'll still beat you the fuck up though. Dude, I want to ask you a question that I try to ask like most people that I get on. Do you have an end game in battle rap? Is there an accolade or a moment that you feel like you can ride off into the sunset, or do you feel like you've already done it? Or like, do you have an end game, like something where you're like, okay, I could stop now?
I don't think that any of us have one because we don't know where it's going. Who would have fucking guessed? Like, it seems to be getting bigger and bigger, man. Drake just said there's going to be $1 million battle, and Drake just said that he's going to get all his celebrity friends to put on this type of shit. So
Yeah.
I could say right now, yeah, man, fucking. But in a year, it could be, we could be getting paid $1 million each. So I have no idea. But one thing I do know is I always want to use it for a platform to do other things. You know what I mean? I want to. Like Charlie and these guys, I don't not necessarily wilding out, but you can't rap forever. So I wanted to, I wanted to build something else. You know what I mean? And I have a comedy series I was doing for a while, and something's popping off with that right now, man. Too.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear because it's fucking fire.
Out of nowhere, too, man. Out of nowhere, it was just like, hey, man, we'd like to sit down, and then, man, yeah, it's really happening, and I'm like, holy shit. I almost said no to the battle too because I was in the middle of like preparing for that and writing for that, but it was such a big opportunity. But yeah, no, my end game would be to I don't have one. I don't. That's a good question. I just don't. Since it's evolving so much, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to quit, man. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to try to be more active, and I don't want to miss a moment. I don't want to look back and be like, why were you battling once a year? Like you're really good. You're really good at this. People really enjoy you. This is what made you. People are like waiting for you to do it. I'd be selling myself short. I don't want to be like 45 years old doing it and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do it more and involve with the culture and hopefully, become like a Geechee or something like that, who's totally earned everything he has coming to him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Geechee has.
I don't know if he signed to OVO or not. I heard something like that. Is that true?
I don't know. I think there was just an interview where he had a hoodie on, the OVO hoodie, and he shouted out OVO, and then people.
But he said "Cats out the bag" signed to OVO or something.
Oh shit, he did. He said "Cats out the bag." I'm signed. Oh shit. I mean, fuck. That's ridiculous, bro.
But I'm not surprised. I can see Drake being like, man, this guy battles all the time. He's like the champion of the fucking decade.
Yeah.
He works so hard. And I think another thing too.
Yeah.
Drake watching him pass over $75,000 would be like this is a solid person. I could have this guy on my fucking team. You know what I mean? I think anyone to see that. Anyone can say they do it. No, I would split it with you. No, you fucking wouldn't.
Yes.
$75,000.
Listen.
Most people wouldn't do that.
No new friends. No new friends.
Man, if I was Drake, if I was Drake or another person like that, I'd be like, man, this is a solid person, and that was a solid move. I can trust this guy. He got a good heart. You know what I mean? He stands for something, and he's a really hard worker, and he's obviously amazing, and he has the it factor. He's a star. You know what I mean? Yeah,
he is, man. He is, and he's just done. He's so much more than a battle rapper, right? He's Geechee Gotti. He's not like I think there's a lot of, and it's I understand you saying that you don't have an end game because you know like what you want to do. I feel like a lot of people just float around here. I feel like there's a lot of battlers that just kind of float around. You do battles, you know, we see you when you're on stage, and then when you get off, we don't see you till the next time. I think Geechee is he's so much more than battle rap, even though it's what we know him for. He just does so much, dude. From running his league to the ins and outs of the game, to the podcast, to the music, to dude, there's times where I'm like, I have a battle and I have to edit like one Call of Duty video and I'm like having a fucking anxiety attack. Like, how am I going to handle these two things in fucking one day? Just the thought of how much that he has on his plate and the fact that he just knocks him out the fucking park every single time. For sure, Drake or anybody in us, sees that. And that's why he is where he is. Obviously, he's a talented dude, but hard work is also a huge fucking factor in becoming successful. He has both, man. He's lucky to have both, dude. I'm a lazy motherfucker, man.
Yeah, my friends kind of barked on me on the way home because they're like, so when are you gonna battle next? I'm like, I got the comedy thing coming up, and I can't really do both at once. I wouldn't want to do both at once because I couldn't put my 100 in. I'll probably 6 months, and they're like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Like, you see Geechee battling every month. Like, why do you think he's getting signed, or why do you think he's the main event? Why do you think all this type of shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's doing super well. You're gonna look back and regret this. What do you mean you can't do both at once? You don't think he's doing two things at once? I'm like,
yeah.
It's a good point, and that's another reason why I changed my mind. Like, I'm gonna hella sooner because I'm like, yeah, they're right. They're fucking right, man. If Geeksy can fucking do it, then I could try to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he has a lot more drive than me right now, and maybe probably even more than most of us. But it's inspiring, man. And not only that, he's just cool as fuck, man.
He is, man. Yeah, he's a cool
My
motherfucker,
homies
man.
were like starstruck to meet him. Like my homies from down here, they're like, yo, that guy's the coolest guy in the world. Like we went to his party. He's just so loved and embraced by everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he just seems like one of those guys that just gets it. He just gets, what his purpose is and knows what he has to do and gets up and does it, man. And yeah, he's definitely a funny ass fucking dude. Yeah, he's a great personality.
Hilarious.
And that was the same thing I wanted to say about Twork, dude. Twork is one of the strongest personalities you'll ever fucking run into as well, bro. He's a funny motherfucker as well, dude.
Yo, did you like that pause compilation?
God, you know me. I fucking loved it. It turned me on. I love that shit.
Oh my god! At the time, I was like, it was so fucking funny, dude.
That's fucking, dude. The amount of, oh my god, dude. I think Uncle Rob purposely fucking. I think it got to the point where people were like, I want to start doing that too. I think it's funny how much you loosen people up, man. Because I feel like the hip hop community. I feel like the hip hop community is so like when it comes to that, and they had no fucking choice. Everyone in the room had no choice but to just fucking die, bro. Just to die laughing.
I'll tell you something about. Well, that's how it is hanging on me. Period. But
yeah.
I'm a guy that like you dread going to a funeral with, and I really mean that. I mean that because you're like people will be like, I'll be in the car, be like, Pat, man, I'm not going in with you. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna make this into a fucking. We're gonna be roaring in there. I'm not doing it. I'm not laughing at a funeral with you, Pat. You go in, I'm not going with you. And the next thing you know, like we're all in there, just dying laughing. And it's all about a laugh with me and me loosening people up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now you definitely do that for sure. And I know you're the type that does that because I remember. Oh my god, there's one I was having a rough day. One day. Had a lot on my mind as far as battle rap, and I've been having a lot on my mind as far as battle rap. And I put out a post on Instagram, just like a story, and it was like a long story. It's like, yeah, it's just a shitty day, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, like yada yada yada. And then it was like a real ass story. And then you messaged under it, ha 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 ha, like just you laughed your ass at something that I never posted as a fucking joke at all. I was like so serious when I think I was upset, and I was just like, I just want to get myself out there. So let me fucking just be real with the world one day. And you're just like laughing my ass off with like 30 fucking O's. And to be honest, bro, it kind of worked. It kind of worked. I was kind of like, all right, man, I guess I'm just being a fucking bitch, man. Jesus Christ. Like, never mind. Dude, oh my god, I'm gonna find it. And I'm gonna text it to you. But it was fucking hilarious. I had like some deep shit. Just like last month, man. I was just like, man.
I don't remember that.
It was just something. I just feel like I'm stuck, man. It's just trying to do so much. It just doesn't work. It's just a real depressing fucking story. And you were like, ha 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 ha. Oh my god. It's good. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah. No, it was about okay, all right. It was about the fact that my IG. Oh no. You've laughed at a lot of shit, but there was one where my IG was about to get deleted, and I was like, damn, man. I'm like, I have 3 strikes on my Instagram, and it's just from posting out like my own content. It just sucks that I can't even be an artist, without feeling like I'm getting. You're just like, ha 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 ha. Like, all right, whatever. fucking archive this piece of shit.
Oh man, fuck. That's how I deal with things, man. I deflect it, but you know who I am as a person. I'm sure we've talked enough, man. I'm just like you said, man, earlier. I'm just as transparent and emotional and open and deep as everyone else. But I will also laugh at a funeral and do everything I can to make light of any situation.
Yeah, 100%, man. That's one of my attributes as well. It's like, if I'm not in a good mood, I'll make somebody, even if I got to shit on myself. even if I got to shit on myself. So I don't want to hold you too long, man. You've already, I've been with you for an hour.
I want you to hold me forever.
I wish I could hold you physically. Dude, yeah, once again, bro, it was great to see you. It was great to see you versus Real Sick. I'm really excited to see what you have, 3-4 months down the line. It's going to be dope. You're literally one of the Mount Rushmore guys. And, personally, I fuck with you heavy. And
that means a lot. And I want to let you know before I cut you off, when I said I saved that part of your video, I meant that, like, I saved you saying that I'm Mount Rushmore, and I watched it probably 20 times, and just that means because it means a lot coming from you. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And so I literally like watched it. I saved it so I can watch it again and be like, just a reminder that somebody like I don't know if I've ever told you this or you see me say in an interview before, but my favorite moment in battle rap is watching Thesaurus and Immaculate do a ruin your day, like watch my battle and like compliment me and say how good I was for that. And I've watched that 1,000 times because people who I respect so much and like look up to and just admire them as artists, them being like just complimenting me, it means so much to me. You know what I mean? And I'm sure the same with you.
Yeah, it does, man. Especially when especially when you have a personality where you bring yourself down a lot. And I think it's so easy for me to convince myself that I'm not as good as I think I am, or I'm not as successful, or I haven't done this, or I haven't done that. So yeah, when I actually get compliments, it does a lot, especially from peers or guys like you that, like I said, I wouldn't.
I remember another thing recently that on the last topic. Sorry, I'm very ADD scatterbrained.
No, don't even worry about it.
But I did laugh at something deep and sad you said. Yeah. And I laughed a lot, and you're like, "Oh man, blah, blah, blah." And you're like, "Yeah, I go through these moments." I was like, "Man, do you ever do like?" And you're like talking about like shaming yourself. I was like, "Do you ever like body shame yourself?" You're like, "Oh my god, I'm like the fattest." I was like, "Man, I wish I could sit in on one of those sessions."
yeah, seriously. Which is like,
that was you, right?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. I'm the fucking worst. Yeah, I'm the worst.
Do you body shame yourself a lot?
100% all the time. Yeah,
nice,
all the time. Nice. When? Where do you live?
No, man, we'll have to get a workout sometime, man.
Yeah.
Real Sick body shamed me, and I was just like, the whole round, and I was like, I don't care about this. Like,
yeah, I don't care. I stand up straight.
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, he lost all his muscle, and it's like,
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm working on cardio.
Yes. I told him afterwards. I was just like, "Wow, man! Like, geez, way to body shame."
Oh, lost your mind. Yeah, lost your mind. I see you're paying attention to me so much.
I had a fat shame patch stay.
Oh my god, it's fucking ridiculous. Oh my lord, man. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, I gotta get back to working out more often. I used to be a little skinny little man. Now I'm just growing. And big.
I'm gonna actually pay for a personal trainer now, man, and I'm heavy in the gym, man. I go into that, but I always do pay for a personal trainer, man. It just gets me going. You know what I mean? It's just a certain structure. I can't just leave, so I'm gonna like drop money on a serious one and get back into super shape for this comedy series I'm going to do. I want to be jacked, and I want to be in good shape for it.
That's dope, man. And I'm genuinely very happy to hear that. And we'll talk off air. I want to know more details about that, man. That's incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. And yeah, man, I got to hit the gym as well. And dude, thank you so much for joining. Obviously, got to get you back on here. I'll bother you for sure. And anything you want to plug besides my anus?
Yeah, I want to say shout out to Real Sick again, man. I'm really proud of you, bro. That was so amazing. It taught me things. I learned from you. Mm-hmm. He's just a great dude, and I'm super excited for his future in battle rap, which he might be the fucking future in battle rap. And I want to give a shout out to you, obviously, for having me on, and I appreciate it. And shout out to all the battle rappers, man, because I know exactly what you go through. I know what you do, and I have the utmost respect for you, man. We're all a family that we don't hang out, man, but we're all a family. We all have the same reoccurring dream about losing and not showing up without your rounds done. We're all so similar. We just don't hang out, but. Yeah. I love all you guys, man. I hope that one day we see each other, a bunch of us, we're like down south or on the beach or something. We're like, yo, what the fuck? And we end up like just hanging out for weeks and just be and reflecting on what we've done and hopefully are still doing. But I love all you guys. I consider you brothers, whether we hang or not, man. And that goes for you, everyone, man, for sure. So much love from Uncle Pat.
Same, brother, man. I love it. I'll talk to you, brother. Thank you.
All right. Gay pride.
All right, man. Forget it.